Today.
Hey, Tom, long-time listener, first-time caller, I guess. Been listening to you since before Bernie came on.
Wow. Yeah, it has been a long time. Thank you, Terry. What's up?
Yeah. What's on my mind is the infrastructure issue. For example, I-55 up by Joliet, Illinois, was about 5-6 years ago. It was finally made into a 3-lane expressway both ways. But at the time they finally finished it, they said it was like 10 years too late.
Right.
Should have been done 10 years before. Now, the other part of infrastructure also is our river systems that the barges and what have you use to transport our commodities.
Yeah, Terry, it sounds like you're talking from the toilet because you got me on speakerphone. Could you at least push it right up against your mouth so you're talking into the microphone?
Will do.
Thank you. Keep going.
Okay. Now, is that better?
That's a hell of a lot better. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so the river systems have not been dredged, especially the ones that use the barges. Mm-hmm. They have not been dredged. From my understand, my research is that it's been decades ago that the Corps of Engineers privatized the dredging.
Oh, really?
And making it, obviously, whenever you privatize something, it's more expensive, right?
It's more expensive. It's less reliable. It's more subject to fraud. Yeah, of course, obviously, and it's less transparent.
Right. So that's my thinking right now to alleviate this problems, more and more frequent flooding caused by climate change. Maybe we could alleviate it somewhat by dredging the rivers. But, I even talked to a Corps of Engineers man that was in the area at the time a few years back, and he said, yeah, Mr. Bell, that would help. So
yeah, that's not going to get you, Terry, that's not going to get you a lot of space, though. I mean, basically, when you dredge, typically, most dredging that's done in rivers, that's done to keep navigable waterways going, they don't take that soil out of the river and put it on land someplace. They simply move it out of the navigation channel and into the shallower areas. So it's not changing the volume of water that the river can hold at all. If they are pulling it out and putting it on land, you're only taking, a tiny fraction of the capacity of the river to hold water out. So, I mean, much more important if you want to deal with flooding, let's stop climate change because that's why the flooding is so severe. And in fact, now we're at the point where we need to reverse it. We need to figure out how to get, 40, 50, 60 parts per million of carbon dioxide out of our atmosphere ASAP. And one way to do that is to grow lots and lots of stuff. If we were to go back to the kind of agriculture where the soil is alive, that sequesters mind-boggling amounts of carbon, rebuild our forests, regrow our forests, absolutely stop all the destruction of rainforests around the world. I mean, there's a bunch of starting points. Reboot, do away with this massive animal agriculture. We don't need to eat animals anyway, and just and it's so destructive to our atmosphere. But those things, and also changing your land use patterns. Every time you pave some land, or every time you turn grasslands into a lawn, or forest into grass and things like that, it ruins things. So Terry, you're onto something there. It's a good start.